Hello, my name's Ronan and you're very welcome to this pit stop overview video for the Age of Artisans, Architects of the West Kingdom from the Dice Tower. This is an expansion to Architects of the West Kingdom designed by Shem Phillips, S.J. McDonald, published by Renegade Game Studios and from Garp Hill Games. What does Age of Artisans bring us that's new? Well, firstly, you'll notice we have an orange player. Allows us to play with up to 6 players of the base game or just add this in. You get 2 boards on the other side. They have got the variable starting as the same as all the other boards you get in the game. You'll also notice that as well as orange, all the other colours get this new Artisan figure. This Artisan figure works like a normal worker except for 2 different ways, and the 2 ways are the first time you place it, it's worth 2 workers. So for example, the first time it goes to the quarry, you get 2 stone instead of 1. But from then on, it just counts as a normal one. Also, when you play it somewhere where you would lose virtue, you lose 1 fewer virtue. Okay, what else do we get? We get a score pad, which is good news. We also get a new type of card. Now, when you go to the Guildhall, you use this new Guildhall overlay, and there's 2 reasons. Firstly, it gives you access to the new cards. The secondly is, when you have previously built something, a cathedral or a building, you can, as an action, now you'll lose this worker for the rest of the game, same as any other Guildhall worker, put it on top of your own colour only, and then that will give you access to these new types of cards. There'll be a market of 4 of them out, and they are multi-use, or they're by-use basically. The top of them is an adornment, and each building that you've built can have 1 adornment on there. If you wish to play it as an adornment, it's going to cost you some money. It's going to cost you 2 tax and 3 normal money. And then you put it directly in play. It's going to score you a fixed number of points across the top there. And it's also going to give you a 1 of power, such as more building cards, wipe the apprentice market and take 1. Immediately do, get all of your workers back from other players' boards or do an immediate capture and so on across. The second way of using these cards is as tool cards, and that costs you nothing when you come to the Guildhall. Or you can also, this is a new card for the middle black market. Instead of doing the usual 2 things you could do there, you can take a tool card. Like I say, they have no cost. These don't go on your buildings, these go on your apprentices. Each apprentice can hold 1. If you lose that apprentice, you can move the tool, but you can never have more than the 5 that come with the 5 maximum apprentices. Now, when you play these are going to boost your apprentice in some way. For example, this one will give you all 3 of those crafting icons in the top left to allow you to build buildings more easily. This one will give you an extra wood every time that apprentice is triggered. For example, this antagonist triggers in the town centre. I will get a wood every time I go in there with her. This one here, every time I trigger this apprentice, I get to remove 1 of my workers from the prison. So they give you a constant tick over, but only again as you activate your apprentices. So the final things we get are new apprentices and new buildings. The new apprentices are like this strong man, which actually boosts up your artisan. The trader you can go to the King's Storehouse for. The pickpocket gets you more money from the tax stand. The enforcer is always going to give you something extra, and there's different versions of him for when you put workers into the prison. And as we said, the antagonist, she in the town centre, makes you capture more effectively as if you have 1 more worker there. For the extra buildings, we've got things like the academy and the meeting room. They're going to score you points at the end of the game, or give you virtue at the end of the game for all the tools you have. You get exactly the same ones for the adornments. Now, in terms of scoring, I said the adornments, they just score fixed set points. For the tools down here, when you have them on apprentices, you add up how many you've got up to the maximum of 5, and that's going to score you 1, 2, 4, 6, and then 9 points. So they are more of a set collection thing. This gallery here is going to immediately give you an adornment. This garrison's immediately going to give you a tool. And you've got this parish here, which is going to give you a building card as soon as you play it for every level of the cathedral you have done, which is going to boost up that early cathedral rush strategy. Those are all of the additions that you're going to find in the Age of Artisans expansion for Architects of the West Kingdom. This has been a pit stop brought to you by the Dice Tower. For more amazing videos, please check out the Dice Tower YouTube channel. For our in-depth coverage of gaming, please check out the Game Pit podcast. Thank you.